part of my first year at Westview was it was my first year as a principal. My husband and I had moved our family from Colorado, and Westview, traditionally in the past probably 10 years was known as a really tough school. High rate of free and reduced lunch students, high rate of Hispanic students, and a high rate of teacher turnover. Westview was initially one of the only schools in Burlington. Everybody went to Westview. And when boundaries changed and new schools were built, Westview became a neighborhood school, and this is where all the low-income apartments were. So most students who attended Westview were living in the low-income apartments, and it sort of got a bad mark on it as this low-income, underperforming school compared to the new schools that were flooded by families who had houses built in the new housing developments.
It really hurt my feelings deeply when one of my physicians was going to enroll his daughter in school here. This was several years ago, and he went to enroll her here at Westview because his clinic is nearby. And someone in the community said, "Oh, you don't want your daughter to go to school there." We were considered at that time the poor school, the school where all the kids that didn't have went. And we might not have the prettiest building, but I think, in fact, I know inside our building you'll find a group of teachers and a group of staff just all around that care about the welfare of their kids more than I think you could find anywhere else.
Hope. I think that would be how I would describe the conditions of Westview now. Before there was, I think, a lot of despair and hopelessness as far as what we were trying to accomplish and do, and just constantly running into brick walls. And being introduced to PAXis has really provided a big shot of hope in that it is possible. And I have begun to see those kinds of changes taking place at the school, where people now have an idea of what it's supposed to look like, having more laughter, having more, being a little more freer in the kinds of things that we're doing.
I definitely believe that there's been some changes since last year, and for the positive. And what I mean by that is that I've noticed that there's more consistency among the staff. The staff have the tools ready to you can teach in one classroom and go to the other, use the same tools that we've been given in PAXis, and it's very easy because the students are on everyone's on the same page here, and that's a good thing. And they're not tools that that we have been forced on us. They're tools that are very positive, that we see as being very effective in improving the learning and the well-being of our students.
The most important change I've seen this year is that people seem to be smiling more, and that in the hallways we have many, many bulletin boards that have toodles written on them, and these are complimentary comments. So we're always curious to see what's been added each morning when we come to school, and see how the children are complimenting each other and the staff is complimenting each other as well.
You walk down the hall and they're all plastered all over the halls. They're in the office. I think I've seen them in the district office. They're everywhere. And I think it's just a great program they started this year. And just a way for the kids to thank their teachers, the teachers to thank the kids, the teachers to thank the teachers, anybody that's involved and needs a little pat on the back. A toodle is what they've started, and I think it's really a great way to do it.
A toodle is when you write something like a compliment or a thank you note to someone, and you get them all at the end of the year, and you can see what other people like. It makes you feel really good when someone writes it to you, because it's nice things that they're saying to you. I have written some to my sister, and I have written some to my friends. Some of them were thank you notes, and some of them were just a few compliments.
Helping people out, for being their friend and stuff like that. like, thanks for making me smile in math today. It really helped me.
It says, "Dear Monse, you are tremendous. You are being a helpful partner.
We're really using power words.
I have the great buddy. You are a warm-hearted girl."
Something that really hit me is I've gone to other schools also, and I was at one of the schools and then and just was there for lunchtime, and then I didn't even realize it, but the volume, the sound was getting louder, and with that, all of a sudden from behind me there was just a high shrill whistle, about a 3-second whistle that just took me out of my skin, and it was one of the instructors, and that was their way of quieting the lunchroom, which didn't seem that loud to begin with. And then I was thinking how nice it is to be at Westview, where you allow a certain amount of volume, and then they use this year they've been using like a harmonica to quiet people. They'll blow that, which is a lot easier on the ears, and then all the kids respond accordingly and quiet down and put their hand up with a 2, and that's a good change.
Well, the harmonicas, everyone has the harmonicas. Those are great, and the kids really respond to them, and since everyone in the whole school has them, it's really consistent, and it works everywhere from the morning program, during class, in the hallways. People have commented on how our cafeteria is so much better because the people in the cafeteria are able to get the attention of the students really easily using their harmonica.
I love the harmonicas. It's just a beautiful sound as we go down the hallways, just hearing that harmonica. I was just in the cafeteria with a whole bunch of people, and one of the lunch people blew the harmonica and everybody quieted it down, and it was just a peaceful sound. So it was really nice, yeah.
Thank you, boys and girls. Okay, today we're going to continue on in our sorting unit. We've been doing a lot of sorting things. We've been sorting you mostly, right?
The harmonica has been great. It has been great. Although I found a keychain harmonica within a couple of days because I almost knocked a kid out when I leaned over to help her. I mean, this thing was so huge, so I thought no. So I got a keychain one that I put on my name tag, but then our music teacher found these online, and they're not as loud, but the kids are tuned, their ears are tuned into them now.
She blows it instead of having like a whistle or having to shout. It's a lot easier to get attention. She blow it and we put your fingers up. You put your fingers like this. But we still keep our fingers up, but we have to have we cannot talk when the harmonicas blow.